Hi, I'm Nick Nichols, founder of Radical Networks here in beautiful Las Vegas. You know, in the last 15 years, I've had a lot of conversations with small business owners. But the serious and important conversations are centered around what do we do to protect ourselves from a catastrophe? And rightly so. 60% of small businesses don't survive 6 months after a major catastrophe. But the really scary number is 20% of small businesses will suffer a catastrophe in the first 5 years. So if you haven't had one yet, you might want to check your calendar. There's a chance it's coming your way. There are 3 important things that you need to be aware of. Number 1 is a backup. Number 2 is a commercial grade firewall. And number 3 is an antivirus solution. Today we are going to focus our attention around backups. Don't worry, we'll cover the other 2 solutions completely in a future video. But what we should talk about concerning backups is not really what brand or which technology that you have in place. It's really 3 key questions you should ask yourself. Number 1, do you know what backup program you're using? Number 2, do you know where it is? And finally, have you recovered a file recently? And if so, who did it? The point I'm trying to make with the first question is ultimately your data is your responsibility. So a pretty important question you need to ask yourself is exactly what program are you using? The second question reminds me of when I was a kid. The late night news always started their broadcast with, "It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are?" In a similar fashion, when it comes time for you to restore a backup, do you know where it is? Is it in a safe location? Or is it possible when you go to get it, it's just not there? The third and final point is that the integrity of your backed up data is just as important as saying, I have a backup. Because sometimes software just doesn't work. Clearly, you can tell there are a lot of things to consider. It's not just a matter of having a backup. Having personally spent many a night recovering a network, it's not for the faint of heart. Experience matters in a situation like this. And while your expertise is in running your business, does it make sense for you to add the burden associated with all the issues that we've just covered? If not, pick up the phone, ask me the tough questions, see if I can answer them. We'll see you in the next video.